Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. Thank you so much for supporting my channel by clicking on today's video. So in today's video, I'm really excited. I'm going to be doing the eyeshadow palette wardrobe tag. And this tag was created by Morgan Turner as well as Charlotte Holdcroft. And you guys know how much I love eyeshadow palettes, and any type of video where I get to talk about eyeshadow palettes is a great video for me. So let's go ahead and get started. So the tag is composed of 10 different categories or questions, and pretty much you just pair it with a palette. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first one is wedding or guest. And so I kind of took it as both. So I took it as, let's say it's my wedding day, what would I wear? And then I also took it into consideration of, let's say I'm a wedding guest. And so looking back at my wedding day, a friend of mine actually did my makeup. I loved the way that my makeup turned out, but I feel like I would have maybe preferred a softer look for that day. It has nothing to do with her, and her doing my makeup. It was just, I feel like I wanted something very drastic and very visible because obviously in photos, but I think looking back, I wish I would have done something just a little bit more soft glam, or just kind of like a neutral smoky eye. So anyways, I love makeup and I definitely wanted my makeup to be visible on my wedding day, but I wish I would have changed a little bit about it. But also as a wedding guest, I think the palette that I would choose would be fitting for both. So I did choose the Natasha Denona Biba palette. Now, I personally really love Natasha Denona and her formula. I know that it's pretty hit or miss between people because they say that her formula is just not worth the price. $129 is very expensive. I cannot sit here and justify that price. I can also not sit here and tell you that you need this palette in your life. It's completely up to you. I can't tell you what to buy and what not to buy. I mean, at the end of the day, that's completely up to you. But I did purchase this myself, obviously, and I'm in love with it. I don't regret it at all. I really love the looks that I come up with. And I feel like this palette would have been perfect for not only my wedding day, but also it's going to be great as a wedding guest as well. We're actually going to a wedding next month. My cousin is getting married. It's going to be something probably a little bit more intimate. So I'm going to be wearing this most likely because it's just such a beautiful formula, and I can create a beautiful neutral eye look with this. So now going into date night. So we don't go on a lot of dates. We're married. We've been married for 2 years already. We've been together for 4. So we don't go on a lot of date nights. We do a lot of things together, but I don't think we really consider the things that we do dates. But if we did go on one, if we wanted to go to like a romantic dinner or something, or go out to a movie or something, or go dancing, I always love to go dancing. I decided on the Natasha Denona bronze palette. And this is, I believe, the last Natasha Denona palette. I don't want to be too repetitive. But this is one of her newer palettes, and I absolutely love this one. I've talked about it a lot so far on my channel. I think the looks are so beautiful and so sexy that you can come up with within this palette. And I feel like this would be perfect for date night. Immediately, whenever I was filling out this, this tag, I was like immediately Natasha Denona bronze, because I just feel like this is perfect for a date night. It's nice and, sexy and sultry. So I really do enjoy this one, and I think it would be perfect for that category. Then a girls' night. So this made me a little bit sad. I actually don't have a whole lot of friends. I'm kind of in that point in my life where, I just graduated college about 3 years ago. And so those friends have kind of gone on and to do their own thing. I do talk to one of them still. And then, of course, I've had friends from previous jobs that I've had. But whenever you leave jobs and move on, it's just kind of a hard time for me right now. So I have friends, but I have some that are a little bit more distant, or that I don't hang out with a whole ton. So it's kind of sad. I feel like maybe this would just be kind of like a hypothetical for me. Like if we did go out, maybe if I went out with my sisters too, that could be something. But I chose the Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. This was a collaboration with Dose of Colors and Desi and Katie. And I still really do like this palette. I don't give it enough love that I would like to. I think the shimmer shades are so stunning. I absolutely love this one here called Just a Kiss. And I get a lot of compliments whenever I use this. And so I feel like because of this glitz and glam that this palette gives, I feel like it would be perfect for a girls' night or a night on the town, if you know what I mean. So love that one. Then for vacation, I had a hard time with this one too, because I was looking at it in a sense of like, okay, if I did go, even if it wasn't on vacation, but if I was going out of town, what would I like to have? But then I also looked at it as, okay, let's say I'm going on this vacation of our dreams, like what would I want for, to create looks with. So I went ahead and chose the ColourPop Through My Eyes palette. Now, I'm very shocked by this choice, but you can just create so many different looks with this palette. I feel like if I wanted something neutral, I can get it with this one. If I wanted something, more colorful, I could do it with this one. Jewel toned, I can do it with this one. So I just feel like overall, the quality, of course, because it's ColourPop, it's great. I love the color story. And I feel like I would be really happy with my eyeshadow looks if I brought this one with me on vacation. So I really do enjoy this one. I also love just how like thin the packaging is. While it is a larger palette, it's thin, so it doesn't take up a whole lot of room, and it's obviously ColourPop, so it's not too expensive. So I would be okay with traveling with this, and if something were to happen to it, I know that it wouldn't cost me a whole lot to replace it if I chose to do so. So anyways, this would be the one that I would take with me. So for graduation, I did graduate in December of 2017, and I'm actually in grad school now, so I am hopefully going to be graduating next December if all goes well. But the palette that I thought of for graduation is the Sydney Grace Enduring Love palette. So this is also something that I've talked about here a lot on my channel. This palette is so stunning. I absolutely love the shimmer shades in this palette because they're so foiled, they're so metallic, and I think this would be a great graduation palette. I could create neutral looks. These do lean a little bit more cool tone, but I still would really appreciate this look in this palette for my graduation day. Something very simple and soft, but also effective on the eyes, you know what I mean? So I really do enjoy this one, and I would be perfectly okay with using this one for my next graduation. So then we have Christmas Day, and Christmas Day, I was going to go with the ABH Sultry palette, but I went ahead and went with something else. I chose the Alter Ego Goddess palette. This is actually what I want to use for this Christmas. I just think that the colors in here are so beautiful, and Alter Ego's formula is really great. I wouldn't say that it's comparable to Natasha Denona, but to me, if you just want the color story, this would be perfect. I am so excited to hopefully use this one for Christmas this year, and it's just a lot of fun. I really love it. I think that you could create some beautiful, neutral looks, but also a beautiful like pop of green on the lids, which is probably what I would want to do for Christmas. So this one just screams Christmas to me, and I think I'd be really happy with it if I chose this one for Christmas Day. So the next category is birthday party, and for birthday party, I chose I pretended that it was my birthday just because I don't go to a whole lot of birthday parties. I feel like my friends don't really have birthday parties. The only birthday party really I go to is really like when my niece has a birthday. I chose something that I would love and that I would be very happy wearing for my birthday, and I chose the ABH Norvina palette. I am shocked at myself that I chose something that has color. But I mean, these colors are just so stunning. I absolutely love the regular, ABH formula, like these felt packaging palettes. I love them so much. And I really do love the color story in this eyeshadow palette. It's one of the best in my opinion. It probably is my favorite ABH palette. So I would be perfectly fine using this one for my birthday. And I think it would be a really fun look to do for a party as well. Okay, so the next category is office, and this really does depend. I know people were choosing like really boring, simple palettes. That's kind of what mine is. But honestly, as long as your job allows it, I say you wear whatever you want to wear, whatever you feel comfortable wearing. That's really up to you. I know some jobs are a little bit more strict when it comes to hair color, to the type of makeup that you're wearing. They don't want it to be too dramatic or anything like that. So obviously, play it by ear and see what your job allows and what doesn't allow. My job is pretty lenient, and plus I do wear glasses, and so I feel like if I am wearing a pop of color on my eyes, a lot of the times you can't even tell. So I try to have a little bit of fun with it. And if I go in with like purple or green or blue, I try to do a little bit more subdued. Of course, when I work from home though, I can wear like blue eyeshadow or whatever. But the palette I decided to choose was this ColourPop Give It To Me Straight palette. This is just such a like staple palette in my opinion. It's so, so good. This is the only eyeshadow palette I have hit pan on. And this is just really good. And I feel like comfortable with this palette. You know, I know that I could create an easy look with it. I know that I will be able to pretty much love any look that I come up with as well, and that it'll match with many outfits. So this is the one that I chose. I like that it's not just like a basic neutral palette, at least in my opinion. You have some beautiful pops of purple and plums and like rose gold on the lids, a little bit of red as well in the palette. So I do like this one, and the formula in this one is so good. I got this palette in 2018, and so I feel like ColourPop's older formula is just a tad bit better than what they're coming out with now. Not that the palettes are bad now, it's just I feel like the old school traditional like ColourPop formula was a little bit better. This one is just amazing when it comes to formula. So that is what I would pick for office. Okay, so for errands or everyday go-to, I went ahead and just chose for everyday go-to. I feel like for errands, I don't usually wear makeup, to be honest. It just depends like where we're going or if I feel like putting on a full face, but I chose the Dose of Colors Baked Browns palette. This is just something that, you know, I can create a quick neutral you know, simple eye look with, and then pop like one of my single like Super Shock shadows on the lids and be done. So I like this palette, and so this would be, you know, really simple just to kind of throw on and, you know, walk out the door if I wanted to do that. And the final category is for New Year's. And for New Year's, I chose the ABH Sultry palette. This is just such a beautiful palette. It's one of ABH's best, in my opinion. I still love Norvina a little bit more, but these shimmers in this palette just really cannot be beat. They're so stunning and so reflective on the eyes. And this would be perfect for New Year's. I did use this for Christmas last year, I believe, or the year before. So I was going to choose it for Christmas, but I went with the Goddess one instead. So I think this would be perfect for New Year's. Maybe use like this really pretty silver and do like a smoky eye. I don't know. But yeah, this is what I chose for New Year's. So that is all of the eyeshadow palette wardrobe tag. I had a lot of fun. You guys know how much I love my eyeshadow palettes. So definitely comment down below what you would choose for each category. If you do have a YouTube channel, I do recommend that you do this tag yourself or just do them on your own in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please do like this video if you did enjoy it. And I really also hope that you subscribe before you go. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!